All right, what's up, guys? I am live. What's going on? Okay, let's see. Let's make sure I'm live. All right, what's up, guys? So I just finished work. I actually today I'm not doing a workout live stream. I am just doing a Q&A, so you can ask me whatever questions you want. And we've got a special guest in the show today. We've got Joy. Joy, what's up, baby girl? Guys, this is my pit bull, Joy. She's a cutie pie and a sweetheart. C-Sayin, what's up? What's up, C-Sayin? My awesome moderator. All right, maybe we'll do some post-work stretches. Joy, come here. Come here. Come here. Guys, this is my dog, Joy. All right, let's see. Let's watch some Dragon Ball Z. Let's see. Oh, here.
What's up, Vikings? I want to show you a clip for one of...
Step one for mastering the press is the clean. Your press is only going to be as good as you clean. When you catch the bell, make sure your body's fully loaded. It's like ready to release that springy energy. Note how not to clean. See the kettlebells moving all over the place? You're leaking power, sagging everywhere. Now note how to clean.
Hey, Figs on the Beach. What's up, man? What's going on? Thanks for dropping in, Figs. How you doing? All right, so today's a Q&A live stream, guys. We got 9 people in. I'm taking whatever questions you want. I did exercise this morning. I've been enjoying the morning workouts a lot more because I used to always do them. I started doing the workouts in the evening to do the live streams, so I can catch you guys there. All right, hey, we got 12 people in the crowd. Yeah. Here's Joy. This is my dog. It's my little pit bull, Joy. Joy, say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi, Joy. She's a girl. Cool kid. What's up, bro? All right. Literally just here taking questions. Okay, let me pull up some questions here. Okay. I love my dog. I have the best dog ever. She's a rescue pit bull from Detroit. She's really chill. And so Joy's story is she's a rescue pit bull. The people who abandoned her, they dumped her on Joy Road, which is a road in Detroit. And then the shelter just named her Joy. So she had some original name. Yara, what's up? Let's see, is it the 17th? Okay, one more day of studying for Yara. Thank you for dropping in. So I got her from a Detroit shelter. She was somebody like just dumped her on Joy Road. The shelter picked her up, and we kept her. We adopted her. But yeah, she's a good dog. She's a pit bull. She's like 80 pounds. But she's a good dog. I love this girl, and she loves me a lot. Tomorrow, okay, tomorrow. I think everybody wants to see the dog more than me. Okay. What's wrong, Joy? What's wrong? Her ears are irritated. Come here. Come here. Stay. Come here. What? What's wrong, baby girl? Huh? What's wrong? Okay, tomorrow, one more day of studying. But yeah, that's the story. And she's like 8 years old now. We got her when she was 3. And she's a good dog. I love her. You know, I grew up with dogs, so I love dogs. I love animals. When I was younger, I wanted to be a vet, but that changed. I did engineering instead. Joy, come here. Come here. It's okay, baby. Come here. There you go. All right. Give me a second. Let me pull up. Hold up here. Something. Yeah, today's not really that exciting. I was gonna like just stream maybe till like another half an hour. But okay, hold on. The live stream uses up a lot of the internet. All right, hold on. Yeah, Joy is a cutie pie. Okay. Let me pull up YouTube here. So this guy here, this Russian dude, I really like him. His name is Pavel, and he's like a Russian dude. Here, let me go ahead. Let's make it live. Okay, nice. All right.
Then push up against the bar.
So this guy, actually, this is pretty cool here. Let me show you this part. Check this out. Can you guys hear the audio? This is like from the 90s. Like this is... Watch this.
Starts with the pattern. It's a very complex and expensive process. It takes about 2 weeks to make this pattern. Here's how this works when it's made. This is called the gate. This is where metal is going to be, the hot liquid metal is going to be poured down. Then it goes into this pattern. From the pattern, it goes into the riser. What's the riser? You see, there's a lot of gases and slag when you're pouring it down. So those gases and slag goes into the riser. And so does the excess metal. Later on, when the chemical cools off, it shrinks. We don't want that. We don't want it to be light. So the extra metal will come in from the riser into the pattern. So your manly kettlebell is of the right size.
That's how they make kettlebells.
The next step, making the mold.
Okay, Joy left.
Then it's going to come down from here, it's called the clasp. Then it's going to get compressed. Then it's going to get flipped. Then we're going to make one more, just like that. Then we're going to put them together, just like a sandwich. That's going to make you a mold.
This looks so like dirty. Like I would not want to work in this.
The 106-pound kettlebell, or the beast, is too big. to be contained in there. So this is where we make it. The conveyor will take the molds to be filled.
Oh, what do you do for work? I just make kettlebells, comrade. Okay, they take all the iron or scrap metal. That's why they're so cheap, because they're just made of like junk scrap metal.
The magnet drops scrap iron into it. It gets melted. Melted hot.
There's a lot of engineering too, you know. Okay, let's see. This guy's got a mask on. Look, the guy who's making it is Jack too.
Into the crucible. It's hot. It's manly.
It's hot, manly. Oh my gosh.
These strong guys can't drag this huge thing around all over the place. So now, they're gonna pour the iron into
That
the
looks
crucible.
so dangerous. Like, my goodness, that looks so dangerous. Just like all these sparks flying everywhere.
And the soon-to-be kettlebell is on its way. Now, hot iron is being poured into the mold. The mold is surrounded by the jacket and topped with a weight. Here comes the hot kettlebell.
Wow. Albin, what's up, bro? My Swedish friend. What's up, Albin?
The vibrating conveyor helps you get rid of the sand, and off we go.
There's the kettlebell. There's one. This looks like terrible for your lungs. Like, this looks terrible for your lungs. Albin, how you been? Oh, there it is. There's the kettlebell. I love how they just dump them. Look at these.
The Wheelabrator. Inside the kettlebells, rough kettlebells, get sand left. And if the kettlebell didn't turn out just right, it goes to the junk pile of history next to communism.
Next to
It's done.
communists.
The working men have done their part. The rest is up to you. Just remember, when we say kettlebell, we mean strength. Oh,
Anyway, guys, I recommend watching this. This is Enter the Kettlebell with Pavel Satsulin.
should start with the knees.
And he just kind of goes in and he shows you really basic exercises and stuff. And kind of whatever, how to do it. It's really old, but I mean, it's timeless, you know? So, yeah, that's about it. He was on the Joe Rogan podcast. I thought that was really cool. I actually watched the whole thing with him. Great ads. Tax season is coming up in America here pretty soon. But hey, do you guys watch anything recently? Any shows? Anything at all? How was everyone's day today? I think it's Friday night. There's not too much of a turnout today. Everyone's probably busy. You know, it's the weekend. It's not the week. Yeah, so I really like this guy here. Let's watch this.
Magazine. Really? Why
Back
does this
about
thing
100 years
obsessing
ago.
with Milo?
It's
Why?
different. Oh, Milo's the guy who carried the calf.
Watch.
So if you look, okay, Progressive overload is usually explained as this legend of Milo of Crotona. So this guy started carrying a little calf on his shoulders, and he would carry the calf every day. So the calf would grow, and eventually the guy became very strong. So that's why that name is present in the strength game. So back then, today it is just one of the finest publications on strength training, mostly niche things again, like gripping.
I wonder if anyone's actually done that. Like carry a calf.
It would not work.
It would not. Isn't it amazing that something can grow physically faster than you can keep lifting it?
It absolutely can, but your typical training plan that people say, I'm going to add 5 pounds on my bench press today. I'm going to do this every week, and then by Christmas I'll be the world champion. And it just doesn't work. So the rate of adaptation is such that your body just cannot do that, and it's cyclical in nature. So you have to put it in the Milo terms. You have to, after you carry the calf for a while, it grows. You have to back off to a lighter calf and start building up again. Why, we do not know exactly. So for some reason, that unidirectional adaptation, just in one, we're getting stronger at the bench press or what have you.
All right, let's see some insane unhealthy eating. Let's do some. I'll do some reactions to. Let me see, insane unhealthy eating. Oh, here, Twinkie diet. Oh gosh, guys, this is gonna just make me cringe. Okay, hold up. Okay, let's see. Kansas State University. Let's see this guy's diet.
The majority of my calories are now coming from these delectable little snack cakes. And that's how things get known, is by, instead of trusting that something is true, well, let's test it to see if it is true. Am I concerned about my health? No. Whatever happens, happens. I see this as an experiment. The exercise is simply to see if these products, which are thought by many to promote or lead to the development of obesity, if they can actually be used to do just the opposite. The first day and a half-ish was rough, and I've done low carb, I've done low fat, I've done a zone type diets, I've done several of the fad diets or popular diets. So that first day, it felt very similar to a low carb diet. So I started on a Wednesday. By Friday, when I woke up Friday morning, it felt good. But usually eat a can of vegetables or a raw vegetable at dinner time. I drink coffee. That was one thing I could not give up. And then I also drink for protein, milk and protein supplements with milk. I'm eating 1,800 calories a day or less, and exercising roughly 60 minutes to an hour and 20 minutes a week. I started out at 200.8 pounds. I'm now down to 195 in a week, but I expect roughly about 15 pounds, if I continue this same process given where I am, to be down in 4 weeks.
Okay. So I believe him as in like when he lost weight, but the thing is like you're putting tons of these chemicals and additives and preservatives into your body. Let's see. Twinkie diet. Let's see, 72 hours. Let's see. Okay, let's watch this.
The box that female athletes were in for so long has just exploded. I'm Nafisa Collier, and I'm a pro basketball player. I think.
For the next 72 hours, I will be eating only Twinkies.
You're going to eat those Twinks?
Because Mark Hobbs, a professor at the Human Nutrition at Kansas State University, did the Twinkie diet for 10 weeks to see what would actually happen to his body, and he actually had great results.
I started out at 200.8 pounds. I'm now down to...
And like the lab rat I am, I wanted to see if I would have similar results, and at the end of the video, I will be comparing our results.
Am I concerned about my health? No. Whatever happens, happens.
The official morning weight of the challenge, we're weighing at 221.8 pounds, and this is exactly what we're looking like before the challenge starts.
time to see if the Twinkie-only diet actually works. I think I grabbed the perfect mix of Twinkies and Hostess. Now, the rules to this challenge are very simple. I have to eat only Twinkies for the next 72 hours. Pretty simple.
This is not going to go well, guys. There's no way this is going to go well. Oh my gosh.
On a scale from F to S tier to also see which one is best. I feel like we have to start the challenge off with the original Zinger. Were these always called Zingers or Twinkies? Well, these ones are called Zingers. I think because they don't make Twinkies anymore. That's why. We're starting off with the iced vanilla cake. Now, they had a ton of options there.
You guys, if you like look up the ingredients, they're literally like the worst of the worst. They're literally all like preservatives and additives.
For the vanilla cake Twinkies, 2 cakes is 290 calories and 1 cake is 140 calories. I will only be eating 1 cake per meal. I guess if you can call this a meal.
Look how many ingredients there are.
In a long time. These look really small. That's quite big. In comparison, I do not remember these being so small. Actually, this doesn't even really look that good, to be honest.
That is really small.
That's big. What?
This doesn't even look good. What happened?
Throughout this challenge, I'm also going to be tracking all the calories and macros so you actually know how much calories I'm eating each day. We're going to start our American morning breakfast off with a good old vanilla Zinger. See how it is. We're also going to rate this thing. I mean, this thing is literally a 1-bite snack, if you can even call this a snack. Creamy on the inside. It tastes good, but for 140 calories for legit.
There goes all your gut microbiome.
This isn't blowing me out of the park, but it's definitely on the average scale. The vanilla cake Zinger at B tier Hostess so far. It's now gym time. First, we were carbs. I'm already feeling the effects.
That's Kyriakos Grizzly. He's a powerlifter.
Lethargic, and I am just worried about my overall protein intake because 1 Zinger has 1 gram of protein and 5 grams of fat and 24 grams of carbs. It is just going to be pretty much just carb maxing for the next 72 hours, which, hey, for most people, that's all right. But for me, I would really like to get my protein in, and I think that's going to affect how I work out, how I feel, and just overall performance in the gym. But will we still lose weight? I guess we just got to find out. I mean, at least it tastes decent for a pre-workout carb.
My gosh. All right. Okay. Smith machine. I'm not a fan of Smith machines, guys. They're very unnatural movement for the human body.
All right. So far, I honestly feel pretty good throughout this workout. I'm a little bit hungry, but lift feels still really good. Pump update from the workout. I am definitely hungry, but my strength in the workout was definitely perfectly fine.
Yo, Robert, what's up, dude? Pascaro. All right, so I'm just watching this guy. He is eating Twinkies for 72 hours.
Nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary.
And we're gonna see what happens to him after 72 hours. It's just crazy. This is the worst thing you could ever do. Okay. Robert, how you doing, bro? How was your day?
Gonna get some carbs in, and of course, we got 2 grams of protein in these. We're not fully neglecting our protein intake for the day. I will say,
I know, it's just nuts, man.
Get bored of eating the sweets for the next 72 hours, though. That is going to be the easy part of this challenge. If you're interested to know how many calories I've eaten so far, well, I've had 4 Twinkies, and that is a total of 560 calories so far. At this point, I'm just going to try to stay a little bit busy, but I'm going to eat when I'm hungry. I'm not going to eat and force myself, but I'm also not going to...
Like, the additives and the preservatives and the really bad chemicals in the Twinkie are horrible.
I'm ready to eat again. I think I'm ready to try something new this time.
Yeah, my day was okay. I just went to work, and that was about it, and just, like, came home. I worked out in the morning. I was going to do a workout stream today, but I missed my morning workouts. But yeah, it was fine. Just like same old work routine, kind of like in the cycle. All right, let's see.
And we're gonna go with the frosted chocolate.
Okay, like these are good, right? I mean, these do taste good, but they're just look at all the ingredients. Good lord.
Still has 1 gram of protein though. And you might be wondering how
1 gram. Yo, Rich, what up, dude?
Definitely confused. It is just like why
Rich, thanks for dropping in.
out of nowhere. I just tell
Rich, we're watching this guy eat Twinkies for 72 hours. What the end result is?
Now this might be worth 170 calories. I could eat this whole box like instantly. Ooh, that's good. There's a lot of cream in there though. What ranking am I going to give that? I'm giving that.
Bro,
because I want like 5 more of those.
in 72 hours, he doesn't have any gut microbiome left. Like all that sugar, you guys understand this? Like when you eat candy, when you eat sugar, when you eat like thanks, Rich, I appreciate that. When you guys eat like sugary things like that, especially these very processed Twinkies and stuff, like it promotes the bad gut bacteria to start growing in your stomach. And so like in your gut, you have, you have a microbiome, you have an environment full of bacteria. And when you eat these very toxic foods, it disrupts the balance and it wreaks havoc on your system, so poor insulin response, just poor health. It's just catastrophic. Anki, what's up, man? Yes, Anki, of course, I remember you. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a Sunday stream. I always do. I do Sunday streams at 6 p.m. for sure, and then I'll do these like these streams throughout the week. Yeah, but I'll be there on Sunday. Yeah. Yeah, so like gut microbiome is really important. I'm reading a book right now. It's 20 years old, right? So it's a nutrition book. It's 20 years old. You'd probably call it outdated. It's called The Maker's Diet. But basically, this guy wrote this 20 years ago, and he was talking about like gut health and stuff. And just now, like within the last few years, there's been a lot of like nutritional research on gut microbiome and probiotics, prebiotic health, right? Where this is 20 years ago talking about it. And if you have a very unhealthy gut, it just leads to an unhealthy body. So when you eat this junk, it promotes the growth of those poor bacteria.
He was also eating things like Doritos, Oreos. He just wanted to prove that calories in versus calories out is basically that baseline of losing weight versus not losing weight.
Yeah,
That's exactly what sparked my interest on actually doing this challenge for the next 72 hours. Except I did this for a lot longer. Every time I eat one of these, I'm definitely getting like a dopamine rush of sugar and carbs because like literally that tastes good. It's just like, wow, I wish I could have
this guy, Jordan S. Rubin.
And a lot more.
So I don't know if you guys, this picture is from, I think the Sistine Chapel, like Michelangelo, like the hand of Adam touching God, that artistic piece. But yeah, this is a really good book. I'm reading it now. It's in the queue of things on my plate. This is why I don't play any video games. I just so busy. But yeah, always good to kind of read. The thing is like, I'm going to rant here for a bit is nutrition. The reason why we hear so many conflicting things about nutrition, and this is why I like on my channel, like I do talk about nutrition, but I don't go too in depth because like nutrition changes like honestly like every year. 1 year, eggs are bad, or steak is bad, or this is bad, or that's bad, that's good. Spinach is healthy. No, spinach is bad. See ya, Anki. Thanks for dropping in, man. So nutrition is confusing, and really, this is my input for like everyone on nutrition. This is my universal advice. Is basically like you have to solve your own puzzle. You have to figure out like what works for you. For somebody to say, oh, what should I eat? Well, my general advice is like, figure out how many calories you need. And like definitely try and eat plenty of protein. But like everyone's got to figure out their own puzzle. I always advise, like, I think I promote like organic food. Organic food is expensive. Thank you, Anki. Organic food is expensive, yes, but again, this goes back to gut microbiome. The problem with spraying foods with like fungicides, pesticides, and herbicides is it kills a lot of those healthy microbiomes that are like in the food, in the vegetables, in the fruit, right? So when you eat all that fungicides, herbicides, and pesticides, that is on your fruit and your vegetables, in the animals that you buy at the store, like that ends up getting into your system and it just upsets your gut microbiome health. It's just really bad on your body. So that's why I always try and promote organic. I know it's expensive, especially nowadays. The economy is crazy. Emma, what's up, Emma? Great Friday. One Altoids. What's up, man? Okay. Oh, Israel. Okay. So yeah, so that's why I think it's important to eat organic. If you can't afford organic, there's a website called, and I don't know how it is in Australia or Europe. I'm speaking for like strictly like if you live in America. One thing that I don't like about like America is they put so much like there's a lot of like banned chemicals and additives that are banned in Europe, but they are allowed in USA. Like in Europe, for example, like if you like, I'm in Michigan, right? So you don't even drive to Europe. Let's say you drive to Canada. As soon as you hop the border over into Canada, none of their food has any food colorings in it. It's not allowed, right? But you come back over here and you buy Lucky Charms. The Lucky Charms have, red 40, blue 40, yellow lake 1, and all this other nonsense. And all that stuff just upsets like your system, your body. It's really, really unhealthy. Mole Man, what's up? So like nobody really knows the consequences of like stacking like additives on poisons on like all these micro doses of toxins just basically like stack up and compound. Nobody knows like the full effects of it, right? Like the tap water, for example. The tap water, this is gonna like, if you're in USA and you drink the tap water, I'm sorry. I'm gonna pour cold water on you. The tap water is really toxic, very, very toxic, and it's better. It's not good to drink the tap water. You can look up what's in your tap water. If you're interested, okay. Bedes. Oh, okay. Leo, what's up, bro? Thanks for dropping in, man. So I'm just going on my rant about like tap water. And health and toxins and all these micro doses of toxins that we get here in USA. But yeah, that's kind of it. There's a lot. So I always like tell people, Rich, you're in Australia. It might be different. I don't know because like so Australia is like technically like it's like you guys are like are owned by Europe, right? You're your own country and continent. Okay, you're in the UK. Yeah, so your water is probably better than what ours is in America. So I'm speaking for like Americans. Our culture here in America. This is gonna sound like really horrible. The corporate greed is so out of control that they poison the population for profit. In Europe, you have way more strict laws about like everything, the makeup, the personal care products, all these things. You guys have more strict laws about like what's allowed and what's not. I think the list of ingredients that are banned in Europe is like 1,000 something. You can look it up. List of ingredients banned to use in like food and personal care and cosmetics is like somewhere around like 1,100, and in the U.S. it's like like 100 ingredients. You know, yeah, it's really bad. So solution is you know, organic. You know, avoid toxic personal care products. Um, there's just a lot of things you have to watch out for, right? So anyway, it's just not. That's the thing too. A lot like a lot of bodybuilders, they promote a lot of fitness YouTubers as well. I'm not bashing them, but they promote like they promote like protein powders and eating this and that, but like very few of them promote like organic food, um, clean clean whey proteins that don't buy protein powders that have 50 ingredients. The protein powder that I use and I mentioned on my channel has 6 ingredients. Okay, Muhammad 6769, Florida fluoride in water. Yeah. So it's not just the fluoride, Mo. It's literally like it's so many other things. So if you go to like I'll look. So if you go to EWG tap water database. So what you do, go to EWG tap water database, and I'll just show you guys this here. Okay, hold up. Let me see if I can. Can't move this. Okay. So go to tap water database. Go to this website EWG. Hold on, I can't move this. Oh. Okay, hold on. There we go. Okay, so continue to cite. So let's say like okay, let's say in my area, let's say like Michigan. Okay, so Sam Sankey okay says what is presented. Okay, Sankey, I think you're too smart for me and everyone in the chat. I'll just speak for myself. I think you're too smart for me. I didn't understand anything you said. But thanks for dropping in the chat. Okay, so let's say okay, let's see. Okay, hold on. Something's messed up. Okay, well. Okay, let's see contaminants. So anyway, you can look up like I think you can. Let me see. Let's see. Let's do zip code. Let's do like 48302. Okay, so like this is a city, like near where I live, right? So it's got 5 contaminants exceed their guidelines. Okay. All right. Let's see. They've got okay. All right. So guys, this is terrifying, but I'm sorry I have to show you this. This is why I have a water filter in my house. So Tyrus, what's up, bro? Michigan, USA. Robert, thanks for dropping in, man. God bless you. Robert, have a good one, bro. Enjoy your weekend. So Tyrus, so you dropped in a little bit later. I'm talking about like tap water and like kind of what's in it. And like how like a lot of like in the fitness industry, it's not really like talked about too much about like, okay, rather than just being fit and having tons and tons of muscle, it's also like, what's the quality of the food you're consuming. And right now, talking about water. So I looked up, so this is EWG tap water database, and I looked up a city here in Michigan. And basically, IZB, what's up? So anyway, basically, like the tap water is loaded with like lots of other stuff. Like, okay, chromium. You know, what is chromium? I guess it's an element. Okay, it there's no legal limit to how much can be in the water. EWG has a guideline of 0.02 parts per billion. Haloacetic acids. Okay, anyway, potential effect. Okay, cancer. Okay, it's 177 times the guideline. Cancer. Okay, again, there's more haloacetic acid, which is, I don't know what. HAA9. Okay, nitrate, potential effect, cancer. Trihalothomethanes, okay, cancer. 254x. So like again, like our bodies are like filters, right? They are filters and they do filter out toxins. But like there's a limit to how much, you know, can be like filtered. Okay, so somebody asked about the fluoride. Yo, Daniel, what's up? So there's fluoride in the water. There's chlorate, strontium, vanadium. Anyway, guys, this is why, like, I tell people, like, if you can afford it, like, get a water filter and filter out your water. Yeah, I mean, listen, and this one hits home for me too, guys, because, like, my uncle, I have an uncle, okay, he's 49 years old. He passed away in December of 2024. Okay, he had cancer. He died of cancer. He's 49 years old. You know, he was diagnosed, and 7 months later, we buried him. You know, that was horrible on our family. You know, and then just this last Saturday, less than a week ago, and I'm not attributing this to the tap water, just so you know. Like, I'm not attributing my uncle having cancer to tap water. I'm just saying, like, you know, so anyway, I went to a funeral last Saturday. Another close family friend. He was pretty young. You know, he was only 66, but again, he was, you know, battling cancer for a long time. He passed away. But again, like what I'm just trying to say is like cancer is very prevalent, and I don't buy that. Oh, it's just, you know, we have, it just happens more often. It's like, thank you, Rich. I appreciate it. Like, guys, the food, the water, the air, there's so many micro doses of toxins, and it's just like, this is why I tell people, like, you know, try and eat healthy, try and, you know, buy organic. You know, like in my house, you know, we invested. You know, we're not rich people, but, you know, we bought you know, an air purifier, right? That's something new I got within the last like year, an air purifier. I didn't realize how unhealthy the air can be, especially like where I'm in Michigan. Like, we've been having like these wildfire smoke come from Canada, and like inhaling that is not good, right? Smoking cigarettes is not good. Inhaling smoke is not healthy. Okay, I drank from the outside hose growing up, so I'm immune to tap water. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so you guys are outside of the US, so I don't know how it is in Canada. I just know that in US, corporations have no problem poisoning their own people, and the government doesn't really put them in check. In Canada and in the UK, sorry, in Europe, right? You guys are more strict. Your government has more control, and does that. So anyway, that's kind of it. But just like, you know, if you live in America, try and spend the extra couple bucks, buy organic. You know, let me show you my protein powder, for example, that I use. You know, so like let's look up. Okay, let me show you guys some protein powders. I check protein powder prices because, you know. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, let's look at Isopure, right? Isopure, my rear end. Isopure, my butt. Look at this, guys. Okay, Let's read the ingredients of ISO Pure, okay? This nonsense garbage marketing. Look at all these ingredients. Okay, first ingredient. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, we got whey protein isolate, vitamin and mineral blend. Okay, all right. So basically, okay, calcium, phosphate, magnesium, ascorbic acid, niacin. Okay, by the way, these are all like vitamins and minerals. By the way, your body can't process these. Okay, let's see. Okay, silicone dioxide, that's not good for you. That's like an anti-caking agent. Okay, let's see. Pyridoxine hydrochloride, no clue what that is. Sodium molybdate, sodium selenite, okay. What do we got? We've got thiamine, folic acid. Okay, we've got natural and artificial flavor, sucralose, and xanthan gum. Okay, so like this is not ISO Pure. This is garbage. Literal trash. Look how much they're charging for it. $55 for 3.4 pounds. Trash. These two I like. I like Ascent and then Levels. Levels is a good one. It's actually on sale right now. I might pick up a bag. Okay, this is grass fed. Okay, let's see the ingredients. Okay, it's hard to read, but ingredients are whey protein concentrate, vanilla extract, sunflower lecithin, which is okay. It's just a thickener. Stevia leaf extract and monk fruit. Clean, right? Again, it is whey protein. It is a processed food, but again, like it's got 6 ingredients, so that's pretty good if you ask me. So anyway, that one, I do the whey protein, the Levels, and then I also do this Ascent. This Ascent whey is a good one. Really clean, minimal ingredients, has nothing artificial. Let me see. It's hard to read, but the ingredients are really clean. I actually did a whole video on all my supplements, and I like mentioned, you know, this specific brand, but and it's pretty affordable. $55 for, you know, 4.25 pounds. But yeah, this is a steal right now. This price, this Levels grass-fed whey protein, $57. It's 63 cents an ounce. That's dirt cheap. I probably end up buying a bag of that stuff. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of it. I use both. In my personal opinion, I think Ascent is better because if you look up what native whey is just processed a little bit differently. It's a more pure blend of the protein rather than like a byproduct of like the cheese making process. So I would go for the native whey with the Ascent. It is a better one, but like I would give Ascent whey like a 9, and I would give Levels an 8. So like they're very close. Some protein powders are made from bugs, but they don't tell you that. The wheat ones are great though, so I heard. The wheat ones, okay. I gotta look that up. I've actually never heard that, Daniel. But like whatever protein you're gonna get, if you can get like whey isolate, and if you can get like very minimal ingredients, like that ISO Pure garbage, trash. The name is just so deceiving. Like ISO Pure, like not even close to being pure anything. Yeah. You know, there's a lot. I like Costco because Costco's affordable with their protein powders. And then like for the plant-based stuff, the one I take is not listed in here. Like my top 3 supplements, I'm going to say protein powder for sure, whey protein or plant protein. I would go for whey protein because whey proteins are going to have less heavy metals. The plants tend to have a lot of heavy metals in them, so you have to take those with moderation. And then creatine is number 2. Just creatine monohydrate. It's cheap, cost effective. It's very well researched. I've noticed performance from taking it as well. I just take 5 grams a day. That's what's in here. Good cheap powder, the Ascent, and then the Levels. Rich, do you have a Costco? See what your Costco sells first. Amazon's going to be a little bit more expensive. I think it depends too, because I was looking up. So I have a sister-in-law, my wife's sister, lives in Spain, and we were looking at protein powders for her and what's available on Amazon. And like, there's brands I've never heard of that make whey protein in Spain. So like, it's probably different in Australia. Aussie mate. I eat wheat foods, but when carbing, I still eat sketty. What is sketty? What? Wheat foods? Danny, you mean like carbs? And then, okay, my third, I would honestly say, I'm gonna go for like fish oil. Oh, you're in the UK, my bad. Check the UK. So yeah, whey protein, creatine, and then I would say like a fish oil and omega-3, really healthy. Get a good quality one that's not going to be rancid. Reason why I say omega-3 is it's really good for your brain, your eyes, your health, your joints, your skin, everything, and inflammation, and your heart, your cholesterol. Really good to keep that up long term. And fish these days is loaded with heavy metals. And that's the problem, right? I love to eat fish, but like, I live in Michigan, okay? The wild caught salmon that is also loaded with heavy metals is like $18 a pound. It's crazy expensive, so, and like, it'll be like a fillet that's maybe like a 2-pound fillet will be like, 30, 38, around $40. Spaghetti, okay, spaghetti, got you. Okay. Daniel, does your spaghetti have like meat in it? You got a bunch of protein in there, hopefully. So anyway, yeah, the fish. So for fish, I'll eat like sardines because they're affordable. Tuna's gonna have a lot of heavy metals in it. Chunk light tuna is gonna have the lowest amount of heavy metals. Highest amount of heavy metals is gonna be in like albacore tuna. Albacore tuna is that white, fleshy tuna. The tastiest one, but also the highest in metals. I remember one day I went to Costco. Okay, yeah, ground beef. Okay, good. Yeah, get some protein. Yeah, the ground beef and the cheese, lots of good protein in there. But I remember one time I went to Costco, right? And the lady, I bought like this big, like box of chunk light tuna. The lady's like, "Have you tried our Kirkland albacore tuna?" I'm like, no, I haven't. But albacore tuna has the highest amount of heavy metals. I straight up told her that, and she was just like, "Oh," and then that was it. Okay, if I cut bacon fat off of bacon, is it proper protein? Fitness pizza in my mouth, one bite. LOL. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Rich. I mean, it's a little bit better if you get rid of the fat. I just think pork is really horrible, man. I'm sorry. Pork is the worst unclean meat you could possibly ever eat. Like, literally, it's such an unclean animal. There's a reason God forbade the Israelites to not eat it. It's just a very dirty animal. The fats are unhealthy. Like, it's not a good animal to eat. I don't advise eating any type of pork. with the exception of if it's like Thanksgiving or Christmas and grandma's making ham, like that's very normal in the States. I will eat it, yes, but like am I going out and ever buying like pork loin or whatever? Like no. It's terrible meat. Listen, man, listen. Like you can have that in moderation, right? It's okay to have you can like I will still eat like some junk unhealthy things. It's okay to have things in moderation, but like not have them as like part of your staple, if that makes sense, right? So like if you're eating bacon like, every week, multiple times a week, that's not good for you. But if you're having bacon, once in a while, you know, once in a while could be like, I don't know, like once a week I would consider, one meal, let's say like one meal a week, you have bacon. Um, I think that's okay. Again, like moderation. When people say moderation, it's like, well, what do you mean by moderation? Once or twice a week, once a month, once a year. Um, again, like you have like nutrition is a very complicated science. So you just kind of have to like solve your own puzzle. Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, cheat day every 2 weeks. Yeah, that's great. That's like reasonable moderation. Like my wife is making dinner right now. And I think she's making beef with something else. I forgot. And then after that, you better believe I want to have, a glass of milk with like, a cookie. Okay. It's like every day I have like some small treat. The other day, you guys will judge me for this. It's a fitness channel, but like I had some Sour Patch Kids and Snickers. The Sour Patch Kids are so good. I love like sour gummies. They're delicious. I had to get birthday ice cream swirl. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. See, again, like moderation. Good. That's good, Rich. Once a month. Yeah, so like you just kind of you got to know like, you got to know your body, know your diet, but like if you're getting majority of your calories from like good sources, ideally organic, clean. And I'm speaking like from the perspective of an American who, you know, is exposed to all sorts of toxins from corporations. Have you guys heard of like Monsanto? So there's a company called Monsanto. I'm gonna get canceled for this, but whatever. There's a company called Monsanto, and they make the pesticide called Roundup. It's a herbicide, okay, and basically, they spray this crap like all over crops to kill weeds and whatever. The problem is that is known to cause cancer, and like that company makes tons and tons of money in the agriculture business because they sell that garbage. And again, guys, it's like this is where like okay, you have to have some ideally some values, some Christian values. And you don't do things like that. You don't poison the population for a profit. And I think that's, one of the major drivers of the health crisis we have in the US, right? Too many people are getting sick, getting diseases, eating high inflammatory foods, being exposed to all these toxins, all these micro doses, not to mention not just the food and the chemicals, right? But like even the phones, right? The radio waves, the RF, the EMF, electromagnetic frequency, like your Wi-Fi router, like nobody knows like what long-term effect of like standing near Wi-Fi routers is. No one has any idea. Humans were not exposed to these things like through the past roughly 2,000 years, right? And we wonder like why is everyone fat, sick, and nearly dead? You know? Yeah, 100%. It's not money that matters. Amen, amen, Rich. So like again, we have to also remember too, right? Like the Orthodox perspective is like, we are pilgrims. We live in the world, but we're not of the world. So we need not to put so much emphasis on like, I need to be healthy. I need to be healthy. And I need to prolong my life as much as possible. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like, while you're here, right, be a good steward of your health and your body, and do what you can, but don't like turn it into an idol where your body becomes this idol and you just become like self-obsessed with like, you know, keeping it healthy, keeping it perfect, and, you know, looks maxing and physique maxing and all this other stuff. Like, then it just becomes vain, you know, because anyway, this is temporary. Like, this is all borrowed. Your body, you know, like, we're all living on borrowed time. We're all living, you know, on borrowed everything. So that's all I got to say. All right, guys. I am gonna go eat. I've been streaming right now for an hour. Rich, Daniel, guys, God bless you. You guys are awesome, by the way. What do I do in Orthodox? Rich, how about this? I'm gonna go eat dinner. My wife's got it ready. Ask me in the Discord. I'll respond to you. I don't understand what you mean by what do you do in Orthodox. Just drop in the Discord, ask me, and I'll respond. But I do gotta bounce. I'm hungry. And yeah, Daniel, Rich, hey, God bless you guys. Rich, you have a great head on your shoulders, man. Like, please, you know, stay strong in the faith, and God bless you, man. God bless you guys. I'll see you guys Sunday Eastern time at 6 p.m. Rich, get some sleep, all right? I know it's late over there in the UK. All right, brother. All right, guys. See you Sunday, Rich.